Hello and welcome back to my channel, Jordan Mind, Body, and Soul, where we learn to take care of ourselves, mind, body, and soul. And if you're new to this channel, then welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, then thank you. And if you're not subscribed, but you've seen videos before, then welcome back. Everyone, just welcome. Thank you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you being here. Let's get started. So today's video is gonna center around, I guess, the focus from hardship to hustle, and how if we really take a step back and we look at everything that's going on today in the world, like, it's crazy. And I say that every video, but it really is. Like, it almost feels like a dream. I feel like after 2020, I don't know if like it's just me personally that like removed the veil, or if like there was a mass veil removal. I don't know, but I feel like that is when things like for me started to get real. Really 2018, but 2020. Okay, let's stick with that for now. And in this time, and not just this specific time, but just like the different challenges that we go through in life, I just kind of want to mention and bring light to how when we experience these different challenges and these hardships, it usually gives birth to creativity. So we end up creating or doing something that the hardship otherwise would not have allowed us to do without having that experience. Or it just propels us into a direction of progression, moving forward in a positive light. And it sounds kind of crazy and it's almost contradictory, because it's like something bad may be happening, but it's beauty that's birthed from it all. I'll explain. First, let's dive into something. So I always like to look at like animals or nature as like a really good blueprint for like human behavior, because at the end of the day, we are animals. We can consider ourselves to be like more advanced or higher intellectual abilities, whatever, but like we're still animals. And when you're in it's almost like the survival mode video that I made. When you're in a position where your back is against the wall and you have either limited resources, as a lot of people have today, or you just have options that may not be your first choice, you resort to instinct. You rely on, okay, what are my talents and what can I use or what can I do to help me get out of this situation? And if you're not in, I guess, a survival mode, or you're not in a mode where you have to rely on your instincts, then it's almost like a luxury, because you get to kind of sit back and relax, and it kind of allows you, or you end up, I'm going to say that, you end up using resources other than your natural talents. So let me bring it all together. So an example that I can use for that, right, would be, let's say coffee, for an example. So I always talk about how like I looked at like how much I spent on coffee, and I was like, this is crazy, this is ridiculous, I can make my own cup, right? If I had the disposable income or the resources to continue to spend that much money on coffee, then I would do that. And that would almost be like a luxury, because I had that disposable income. But not having that disposable income makes you hone in and develop the skill or the knowledge or the know-how to create your own coffee, your own cup, your own recipe. And it can be 20 times better than the cup that you can pick up at your local coffee shop. But it wasn't until you were in this position to where you had to rely on yourself and you had to rely on your instinct to say, I still want my coffee, I don't want to spend that much, what can I do to still have that luxury without spending that much money? You know what I'm saying? So this is a time in an era where a lot of people are looking at the talents and skills that they have, and they're like, okay, I don't have the luxury to do this. This is no longer an option. That is no longer an option, but I have to tune into myself and allow myself to develop or to grow so that I can project forward. And that's why I'm saying, like, the hardship is really the birth of your creativity, is really the birth of what you want to do from here on, because some people are going to experience their hardships and they're going to sulk in it. They're going to, it's really going to eat them up. And sometimes that is their life. Like, it's the rest of their life. That's it. And then other times people experience like hardship and trauma, and they allow that to empower them to be even better or to help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what you do with it at this time. So I did want to like create this video to give some insight or perspective, but to encourage people, because it's crazy. And every day, like, some days for me, like, I'm like, yes, this is so exciting. This is what I always wanted. And then some days I'm like, dang, like, I could be making more money, or I could be doing this or doing that if I would have kept my job and I would have stayed in that hardship. But it would have taken me away from having this opportunity to record, because this is the time that I would have been working. It would have been taking away from the opportunity to build and bond the relationship that I have with my son before he goes off to school. And in this time of hardship or struggle, I want you to try your best to be creative and to be patient with yourself and be patient with your process, because it requires patience, y'all. Sometimes I'm in here and I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? And then sometimes I'm like, okay, this is the right choice. It takes time, but it's the right choice. So let me get more into that. There was a comment made on a video a couple of weeks ago, and shout out to you. I don't know if you want me to use your name or information, so I won't. But someone said something along the lines of like, figure out the need in your community and figure out your personal skill set and talent, and then figure out how you can combine the two. Use your personal skill set or talent to cater to the need in your community. And that's a great example of how I always talk about how you build tribe, how you can build a community of like-minded people and then all work together for the greater good of your tribe, for the greater good of your community. Now, this only works, again, with like-minded people. So people who have bad intentions, or people who only have intentions on capitalizing, it's not gonna work. So that's why it's very, very important to use your discernment and to have like the ability to figure out who those like-minded people are, because it takes a village. It takes a village for everything. It does. And I think we're starting to get back to that, because if you look around, a lot of people are tired of the same thing. They're tired of working 3 or 4 jobs and only having enough money to pay their bills. That's it. They don't have time with their family. They don't have time to go on vacation. And maybe those things vacation may not be seen as a necessity. But again, like I always say, at the end of the day, we all gotta go. And when that happens, I'm pretty sure that there is little to no person that's on their, dying bed thinking, oh, I needed to work more. I should have worked more. Like, no one's gonna say that. And we're at a point where we're working, and it's not working. So for me, I'm just sharing the experience, like how, and again, I always say, I do recognize the privilege that I have in this moment to be able to walk away from a job and to take a step back and then analyze what I want and what I'm doing for myself, for my life, and for my family. And not everyone's gonna have that same opportunity in the same exact way that I have it, but I think most people can put themselves in the opportunity to have it. Because the biggest thing that's happening now is people are saying, no, I just can't. I can't because of this. I can't because of that. And before I quit, like, I made a list of all the things, all the reasons why I shouldn't. And then I made a list of all the reasons why I should. And although the list of why I should not was longer in terms of like the number of items on that list, the reasons why I should, the value of the reasons were greater. And I just say that to say that even though we're like, oh, I can't because of this, oh, I can't because of that, like, if you do it and you're truly walking in what you're supposed to be doing, and you're truly allowing yourself to feed off of doing what you're supposed to be doing, but again, like I said earlier, like putting in your contributing piece to society, you're gonna be covered. You're going to be covered. And I literally, like, I have chills even saying that or thinking about that, because I'm telling you from personal experience, like literally I could write a list again of why I shouldn't do it, and like ever since I've done it, there's been changes we've had to make, but we've been good. We've been good. And it's a blessing. I'm not saying that to say, quit your job tomorrow, you're going to be good. But I mean, if you believe it and you got a higher power, you got a source, you got the universe, whatever it is that you believe in, and you know what you are here on earth to do, and you do it, you're going to be covered. You're going to be covered. Now, also, this is kind of a sidebar, but this is like a chat video, even though I got like a little guide to help me. I was thinking earlier, no, it was like a couple of days. Well, I thought about it again earlier, but it was a couple of days ago. I was talking to Terry, and I was like, you know what? I think there's a exchange. I think there's like a currency exchange on multiple realms. Because like I say, like, I'm not religious, but I am like spiritual. And if you know the difference, you know. If not, like, look it up, or I can explain it in another video. But like I was telling him, I think, for an example, let me give you an example. Here on earth, right, our currency would be money. And then money could be, you know, it's dependent on where you are. It could be the American dollar, it could be pesos, it could be won. Whatever you are is gonna be like the currency. So even in those places, like the currency exchange is different, right? So one American dollar could be, you know, like, I don't know a lot of currency exchanges, but could be like 26 blah, blah, blahs at another country. So it's like exchange is different. But in all of it, you're trading like that like that paper bill or that coin for whatever it is you're looking to purchase. That would be one. And then the second exchange I said would be on like a energy or a frequency level. An example of that would be like, let's say you're at the store, right? And there's a cashier and she's checking you out, right? And she's like, hey, how you doing? Da 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 da. And then you're like, oh, I'm cool, I'm lovely, you know, blah, 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 blah. And you're kind of upbeat, you're having a good energy. I mean, you're having a good day. And so you're giving off good energy, right? And then let's say like she says, oh, I've had these before. And you're like, these? Oh, what are they? Da, da, da. And they're like, it kind of pumps you up. And then your energy exchanged to her. And then her energy like became lifted. And now she's smiling and she's happy. And like her whole day at work has changed because of that energy exchanged. So what I was saying is that I believe that you're rewarded for both. So you're rewarded for converting energy in that way. And I just say that to tie it all back in, like when you're using your talents, your skills, your craft, whatever it is, and you're putting that into society how you're supposed to, and you're changing yourself from that struggling mindset or that lack or scarcity mindset, and you're opening yourself up to allow love, happiness, success, kindness to come to you, and you exchange that, you're rewarded. And I think especially on earth, a lot of people can only see like rewards in terms of like money or in terms of like possessions. So we would assume, because of a lot of people think of that way, they would assume that a person who may have like a lot of money or like a really nice things, like a 20-bedroom house and 5 cars, like luxury, like super decked out cars, they would think that that person has more like a currency in energy. But it's not necessarily the case, because the person could be lacking in spirituality. The person could be lacking in character development in ways to where they're not getting the the blessings of someone who does do the work, right? It kind of sounds hard, but if you follow along, that's really the best way I can think to explain it right now. So in that, I just say, like, this is the time to really tap in and try to learn information and try to gain skills. And there's always people who are like, oh, I always wanted to, do something. I'm going to go to school for it. And it's like, you don't even really have to go to school for it. Like, we all know how much of a scam college is. Like, pick up a book. Unless, like, now if you're trying to be like a OBGYN, things like that, yeah, but like really figure out and look into what you're trying to do and figure out how you can develop those skills and those mindsets, because the only time you really need like those degrees for, of course, things in the medical field, but for when you're trying to work for other people. When you're trying to do it yourself, you don't really need that. What you need to do is hone in on your skills, craft them as best as you can, and project forward with yourself. So as I wrap this up, this is also a good time to tap into your natural talents. Like, I feel like since I was a little kid, my aunt, she used to call me 7-Eleven because she's like, I talk nonstop. And I was a little kid. And I've always been like talkative, and until you learn how to craft things, then it just seems like you just like to talk. But it's deeper than me just liking to talk. It's me liking to express myself. It's me liking to understand other people. It's me liking to have like an exchange. Again, another energy exchange. My information or my experiences exchanged to you. But kind of look at like the things that people always told you. People always told me that I was going to be just someone who would talk. Like, people could never pinpoint if like it would be a talk show or YouTube channel, or like people could never pinpoint it, but they're like, you're always going to be in positions to where you speak and people listen. I've always had people say that when you speak, people listen. And I remember specifically there was a time in college where someone told me that. It was like, when you speak, people listen, so be careful what you say, because people are listening to you whether you know it or not. Like, they may play it off, or they may not even say that they're listening, but they're listening. And so I think if we all take time to kind of like reflect on ourselves and just the different experiences in our lives, and how those experiences brought out like the person that people have always noticed in us, or the person we've always noticed in ourselves. And again, use that craft, use that time to grow and develop your skill, gain the information, if you do need a certification or whatever it is that you need, so that you can propel yourself forward and then begin to really get on that journey of fulfillment so that you can live the life that you want. There is a separation happening right now. There's a huge separation happening right now. In my next video, I'm going to talk about it more. But just kind of like, I guess, like a little preview to it would be, people are more so concerned about the essentials, right? Because right now, some people don't even have a place to live. Like, the amount of people that's homeless right now is really disheartening. And the amount of people that are just one missed check or one sick day away from missing, a bill that can lead them down a slippery slope of losing their essentials. I mean, this is not a time where people are, some people are still trying to consume like these high end products and stuff like that. Like, people are literally just trying to survive. People are literally just trying to get to the next day. And just make sure there's food on the table. That's it. Like, they're not asking for, 7 trips to Mexico a year, and anything that sounds like ridiculous or hard. People are just trying to make sure they have the basic necessities to survive. And in that, a lot of the extra is being cut out, and people are getting straight to the point with things. Hey, look, this is bad. We need to fix this. Hey, I don't like this. And again, that's part of the whole shift that's happening right now. But the people are tired. but but people are looking at healing and the essentials. And if it's not an essential, people are like, I don't need it. Like, whatever. Like, it's going to be okay. And this time for me, it's like a time where I'm really practicing like releasing a lot of gratitude for the situation that I'm in, even though like somebody else may be in a better situation and look at my situation like, oh girl, oh no. I'm looking at it and I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for everything, for the smallest occurrence. Thank you. Because I know that at the end, it's all working for the better of me, yes, but so that I can reach my goal and my desire of helping and healing like I want to, the world, not just me. Like, of course, myself and my family, my immediate family and my extended family would be first, but then like leaving an impact on a community, on a tribe, on the world, so that years and years and years and years from now, when I'm not here, I'm still, oh, that's gonna make me cry. I'm still here because of the impact. And to me, that means way more than dying with loads and loads and loads and loads of money, because that can be spent. That can be spent. The other day, I'm trying not to cry. There's nothing wrong with crying. I just don't want to. The other day, we were watching Miss Rachel and Jules. I think it was Jules. Yeah, I think it was singing Three Little Birds by Bob Marley. And like I was thinking of, again, an exchange, an energy exchange. And Bob Marley has not given me $1. Like, I don't need it. He hasn't given me a penny. But the song and the message in the song and the energy in the song is so powerful that how long has he been gone? Like, I'm gonna look it up. So I Googled it, and according to Google, that's Wikipedia. Let me not do Wikipedia. According to Google, Bob Marley died on May 11th, 1981. And it was last week. So it's August 2024. And my son is singing, he's one, so he can't really talk, but he's like, while the song's going on. And I just felt the energy in the song because I had just gotten great news from another situation, and I'm sitting here literally like I'm looking at life and I'm like, I manifested this. Like, I kept speaking on how I wanted to be able to be at home with Legend for these few years before he goes off to school, and how much it would have meant to me, how much it means to me to be able to do that. And I kept saying that things had to look, or things had to be a certain way before I accepted that opportunity. But then, like, I feel like sometimes if you sit in that or you rest in that, you're gonna get that push. You're gonna get that push. And I feel like when I quit, the day that I quit, you gotta watch the video, but like, I was only at work. I think I got one call. I think I had 2 calls. I think the first person was okay, and then the second person like went off on me. And that was my push. That was my energy push. That was like, I'm gonna top it off for you. I'm gonna be the straw that broke the camel's back. Like, I'm gonna be that straw. And it just propelled me into a direction to where, again, everything that I worried about has been covered and taken care of. And I believe that it will continuously be covered and taken care of because I am covered and taken care of. And it goes into a spirituality thing that, is between me and my source. But yes, so when you continue to put out that energy and that confidence that you are on the right path, even when things seem questionable, you will find that your life, those hardships, those challenges are just giving birth to destiny, are just giving birth to creativity. So this kind of went off topic, but I feel like it all flowed together perfectly. It gave me a chance to kind of share where I'm at now after quitting. my job, but to also give you the encouragement to remember that you are the brand and you are greatness, and every day is not gonna be easy. Like today, my energy is high. I feel like, yeah, I did the right thing. Woo, I get my son, you know, I'm feeling like excited. But some days I'm like, oh my God, like, what are we gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do? But I can guarantee you, like, when you worry, and you put out that energy, it's not really gonna help you. So it's best for you just to hone in and create and to learn and to develop yourself and your skill set so that you can give birth to that next chapter in your life. And to remember that we are the product, we are the brand. Like a lot of these, and I keep saying the companies because again, these videos are like a spin-off after my quit video. But we've been taught and conditioned that we have to provide our talents, our skill set to jobs, or our talents and our skill sets to companies or to others, instead of learning to produce an environment to where we can do it how we want to, in whatever way that looks like for you. I think Legend woke up. Let me see if he comes here. Legend, come here, baby. Come here. Here he comes. Come here. Come here. And that we can continue to push that forward. Let me see if he'll come. Y'all about to see him. Little puff balls. Here comes little puff balls. Hi. Come here, baby. Come here. Can you come say hello? Can you come say hello? Okay, grab your apple. Okay, there you go. Now come on. He has an apple that he's not allowed to eat, but he likes to walk around with it. There you go. And like, and if you think about it, how else will I have these moments? With my sweet little Mickey Mouse ears, baby. Okay, here's your apple. Can you say apple? Can you say apple? It's moments like these that it just lets me know that I made the right choice. And even when things seem crazy or when things seem hard, it's all gonna work out for the better. And I believe it and I receive it, and you should too. So just remember, from struggle to hustle, figure it out. And as time goes on, you will figure it out. You are on the right path and you are doing exactly what you should be doing. If you tune in and if you listen, why are you frowning? If you tune in and you listen to yourself and your higher power, you are going to give birth to the best experience you can so that you can be happy and live the life you want to lead. So don't forget, take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. Can you say bye? Can you say bye? Don't act shy. You're not shy. Mwah. See you guys later. Bye. Can you wave? Bye. Maybe next time.